or girls are all staying safe and doing well. Um, so this is very different from what I do regularly. I thank Dr. Bhagyasri for giving me an opportunity to speak to a very young audience. Normally, my routine involves new drug products development and troubleshooting and post-marketing troubleshooting as well. So this is actually very exciting today. I wish we were able to speak to one another in person, but this could be an advantage in two ways. If you are bored, you can just switch off and you don't need to listen to me anymore. So I think it's really advantageous from your perspective, and from my perspective, I think I have a captive audience. Not fun, but I think that's the way life is right now. So I was talking to a friend in the morning actually, and she says the entire 2020. I said the entire 2020 is a wipeout, and she says, oh, so we get younger by a year because we didn't have time to spend in 2020 together. So we may end up having an additional year. So positivity is probably thinking like that. I can't be like her, but I think that's one of the ways to think. So so you guys, I'm sure you have been taught virtually. It has its advantages. You don't need to, or you don't get to bunk classes or have the pleasure of bunking classes. The parent may be supervising you through it, and so you have to listen. So it's not fun. I know for a young crowd like you, it must be really frustrating. But I think we should appreciate the teachers' effort in bringing up this Pharmacist Day celebrations, even if it meant putting a lot of effort in inviting speakers and conducting a virtual session. A brief introduction about myself. My name is Sridevi. I am a PhD in pharmaceutical sciences. Uh, a long time ago, I was a graduate from Kartiya University. My post graduation was from IIT BHU, and my PhD was from Indian Institute of Chemical Technology, which is a CSIR institute. So I had uh, I had a lot of advantage in going to these uh, premium universities where the teaching quality was exceptional. We didn't have a lot of infrastructure, but what the teachers compensated for was through their research and getting us involved in research activities, which I think taught us research aptitude, and more importantly, it gave us a sound uh, grounding on the basics of all the pharmacy subjects. Like most of us, I also wanted to be a doctor. Many of you might have tried to become a doctor or an engineer, and this was, I'm sure, your second choice. I can't ask you to lift your hands for how many of you being a pharmacist was a first choice, because we are not speaking to one another in person. But I'm sure 90% of you were this profession was not your first choice. But the day we started in the college, the way the teachers introduced us to the pharmacy curriculum, uh, it's very interesting. On one hand, when I was in Kartiya University, on one hand, we were feeling like a doctor while we were studying physiology, and on the other hand, we were feeling like engineers when we were doing pharmaceutical engineering. So I think this is one course which will give you the best of both both the subjects, and will also allow you to look at the basic science modules like organic chemistry, physical chemistry, inorganic chemistry, along with the applied sciences like engineering or pharmacology or physiology, those kind of subjects. Ultimately, I think all this will converge into a great pharmaceutical science. So today, I think I will speak on probably a little bit on what is the role of women in pharmaceutical industry. I know women do great in teaching, research, but I think it's an open profession. There are a lot of women that I know excel in manufacturing and marketing nowadays. So we will talk a bit about what we can do in the pharmaceutical industry. Teaching is a very straightforward thing for most of you. I'm sure you set your young girls are very smart to set your goals early on. So maybe some of you want to become researchers, some of you want to become teachers, and I'm told that regulatory is a very good option because people would like to have a desk job like the software engineers do, and at the same time being highly paid. So I think I would start with a very general description of what we need to do to get there. So it's become a very, from the time that I had started in this profession, it has become very highly competitive. At the time I started, there were only two universities and hardly 50 people coming out in a year. So we had more opportunities than the people that existed at that point of time. Although getting into it itself was really tough, uh, the entry into the profession itself was very tough. But having gotten in there, I think the opportunities were not a problem. That is not the case now because you have so many people coming out in a year. And with B Farm C, I think it would be um, really tough to get into a competitive world out there. So post graduation will improve your chances. But if you want to become a researcher, if you want to get into teaching, then I think you will have to get into a PhD. Now, many people might have told you that it is really simple. In some projects, you just need to go to an institute and they will get you to do something. And they will also write a thesis and give it to you. It's not a big deal. And from there, after post graduation, a PhD is just an extension of the story. But when you get into the industry, it's a real situation out there. Okay, you can definitely engage somebody to do your project, definitely engage somebody to do your PhD also if you have a means. Of course, the regulations have become very, very strict with the universities because they cut short all these shortcomings in the awarding of degrees. Uh, but once you go out there, it is a very tough world. You will have to handle real situations, and even if you do your interview well and somehow get into the job, once you get into the real situation, your real metal is seen, and you won't go far from that. So that's the real scenario that we see day in day out with all the newcomers in the industry, and it's heartrending to see that tomorrow's leadership is really faltering at stage one. So I advise you girls to not take anything for granted, no subject to be taken for granted. Take your teachers seriously, go after them, try to learn more, try to spend time in the library, try to get into the real books, not just the tutoring kind of books that you spend the last 3 days or 4 days. I'm sure I want you to have fun. But at the same time, you will have to think about your lifelong profession and you have to get there learning these basics so that whatever may be the situation in your professional life, you will have to be able to face it and you will have to develop into, as time goes by, you will have to manage a team and give them a guidance and then become a manager and so on and so forth. Once, I mean, climbing the ladder and going to a COO or a CEO level. For some of you may not be an issue, but that is what it takes um, to be a strong leader or a researcher or a teacher, as you would choose. So I strongly recommend not to take stuff for granted now, because this is the only time when you can spend time completely on learning and not on routine stuff. So learn as much as you can. It's interesting. There is a lot of things that interest you. So, and things that you are bored, still I think I would suggest you to go through it, because it's really a cross-functional team out there once you get into the real world, and you need to know all functions. So you can't leave something to choice when a situation comes up. So I had a boss. I do a lot of localization, which involves a lot of engineering. So I had a boss who came and told me that just because a nut and a spanner is fixed by an engineer doesn't mean you can't be an engineer. You can be an engineer theoretically and calculate what is needed in a localization. And that advice, I took it seriously, and the engineering part of it is what actually set me apart from the regular routine localization developers who falter a lot on the equipment front, because it's a marriage of science, technology, and engineering. So you can't separate one from another. So, so I think that's very important uh, for the young girls out there to actually uh, be well versed with all subjects in engineering and go beyond that. Now, coming to the research aptitude part of it, um, so while you conceive a project that you want to do, be it in your M.Pharm or in your PhD, as a next step for some of you, you do a lot of research in choosing your project of interest. And there will be a lot of literature survey that you will do, and that will enhance your knowledge, give you a plan of study, and give you a scope into how you would actually execute this project on site. And now, when you get your hands dirty with that project, there will be a lot of negative results that you would not like to see actually. So that will set you a challenge on how to troubleshoot that part, and say, this is the way I did this experiment and this is how I got these negative results. But going forward, if I do this or this doesn't work, this is not the way it works. Like you're cooking, you do it one way, you don't get good results, you don't get a tasty dish. But if you do it some other way, then you end up doing good. So you learn both the negative aspects of research and the positive aspects of research, and more importantly, you know how the experiment gets spoiled. That will give you a challenge on how to do it and will build your research aptitude. So this is a very important learning in life. So I suggest you rely on your teachers, you rely on your library for doing your project work. For those in M.Pharm, for those in B.Pharm, get a soundboarding on the basics, get as much as possible into the lab, get your hands dirty, do some challenging experiments. Even if you fail, it doesn't matter. It will teach you a lot of those laboratory techniques, and give you the research aptitude that is very much needed, whether you go into an industry or academics at this point of time. So I think that's almost the time that is given to me. I hope, I know I did bore you, because I was talking to my niece and she said you tend to be very serious and you give them career advice. Um, yeah, but I can't help it. I'm like that. I hope all of you have a great fancy week once again. You enjoy your time, and you reach great heights in your careers. Thank you very much for those of you who listen to me throughout. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your kind words and encouraging our students by guiding how to be career oriented by sharing your experiences. As you all know, celebrations can't be made without events. On the occasion of World's Pharmacist Day, college has conducted various events through online mode. And the events are elocution, essay writing, dance competition, music competition, and quiz. Among all these events, quiz was conducted as an intercollege event. All the students have participated very enthusiastically, and we have received a huge response in case of quiz as it was a intercollege competition. We have various participants from various colleges from different states like Bengal School of Technology, Hooghly, West Bengal, D.Y. Patel Institute of Pharmaceutical Sciences and Research, Maharashtra, Institute of Pharmacy and Technology, Salipur, Cuttack, St. Paul's College of Pharmacy, Hyderabad, Sri Vasavi Institute of Pharmaceutical Sciences, Tadepalligudem, Andhra Pradesh, Amrita School of Pharmacy, Kochi, Sengudam College of Pharmacy, Tamil Nadu, RBVRR Women's College of Pharmacy, Hyderabad. And now the most awaited moment has come. So now let's proceed with the declaration of the winners of the various events. The winners are elocution competition. First prize goes to V. Ravali, B Pharmacy third year. Second prize goes to Asma, PharmD second year. Next event, essay writing. The first place goes to G. Tanushri, B Pharmacy fourth year. Second prize goes to J. Pravalika, B Pharmacy third year. Dance competition. The first prize goes to A. Surya Sirisha, PharmD fourth year. Second prize goes to Sai Supriya, B Pharm fourth year. And special prize goes to Alekhya and group of B Pharmacy second year. Music competition, Bhagyashri, PharmD second year. As the quiz was inter-college competition, the winners are: the first prize goes to Miss Swarnali Datta and Dr. Biswajit Basu, Bengal School of Technology, Hooghly, West Bengal. Second prize goes to Rajalakshmi of Amrita School of Pharmacy, Kochi. So here are the winners. I congratulate all the winners and the participants for going through all the events. Now I hand over this session to Sayeda Shabana Sultana, Assistant Professor, Department of Pharmaceutics, to propose vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of RBVRR Women's College of Pharmacy, I, Sayeda Shabana Sultana, Assistant Professor, Department of Pharmaceutics, feel great honor and privilege to propose vote of thanks on this occasion. First, let me start by giving glory to the Almighty God for the resounding success of this event. First and foremost, I would like to thank our chief guest, Dr. G. Dharmadata Garu, retired Director, Drug Control Administration, for gracing today's occasion. Thank you, sir, for your thought-provoking and interesting address. We are grateful to our guest of honor, Dr. Sridevi Garu, Senior Vice President of Gland Pharma Limited. Today, we had an opportunity to hear your thoughts, and this will surely be going to encourage us in our future events. Thank you, ma'am. I would like to thank our Honorable Secretary cum Correspondent, Professor K. Mutyam Reddy Garu, for his valuable support in this event. Thank you, sir. A special mention to our respected Principal, Professor M. Sumakant Garu, for being the catalyst that stimulated us to do our best and standing as pillars of strength. Thank you, ma'am. I take this opportunity to express my sincere thanks to Editorial Committee of Newsletter, Dr. M. Vijay Bhargavi, HOD, Department of Pharmaceutical Chemistry, Dr. K. Shruti, Associate Professor, Department of Pharmaceutical Chemistry, Ms. Sayeda Shabana Sultana, Assistant Professor, Department of Pharmaceutics, Mrs. Chaitanya, Assistant Professor, Department of Pharmaceutical Analysis, for their excellent work and great effort in releasing Sudhiti 2K20. Thank you all, ma'ams. I would like to thank all the organizing members, Dr. Sudha Parimala, HOD, Department of Pharmacognosy, Dr. J. Archana, HOD, Department of Pharmacology, Dr. K. Bhavyashri, HOD, Department of Pharmaceutical Analysis, Dr. A. Krishna Shailaja, HOD, Department of Pharmaceutics, Dr. G. Umarani, Associate Professor, Department of Pharmaceutics, Dr. K.V. Ratnamala, Associate Professor, Department of Pharmaceutics, Mrs. Hari Anushri, Assistant Professor, Department of Pharmaceutics, Mrs. Safura Aisha Mujib, Assistant Professor, Department of Pharmaceutics, Ms. Zinat Banu, Assistant Professor, Department of Pharmacology, for their enormous cooperation in the organization of this event. Thank you all, ma'ams. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very motivated and dedicated colleagues of who know their job and result oriented. I would like to express my sincere thanks to each and every faculty of our institute for their coordination and support with the students throughout this event. I heartily congratulate the winners and all the participants from different states and our institute for their active participation in World Pharmacist Day competitions. I would like to thank all the participants for their patience for all the technical issues arising during this occasion. I would like to acknowledge our gratitude to our technical arrangement team and the people who worked behind the scene to make this event happen and made it a grand success. Thank you all. Let's end this event with national anthem.
Ma'am, unmute yourself.
Yeah. My special thanks to our today's chief guest Dharmadata Garu for accepting our invitation to be as a chief guest for this today's occasion. So even though it is a pandemic situation, he accepted immediately after calling him. So I am very much thankful you, sir. And the same time, I am very much thankful to our guest of honor, Sri Devi Garu, for her valuable words by sending as a message. So it is very much useful for this generation, madam. So you have done a good job for sending the message. So I am very much thankful to you. In the meanwhile, if possible, we'll call you after this pandemic situation to motivate our students towards the research point of view. I think most of our students are doing in final year the projects. So with your suggestion, we'll do better for this institution. Thank you so much for chief guest and other guest of honor, and to our secretaries are also to be patient with all interruptions. Thank you so much, sir. Yeah. And all the students also, most of them are on online, and I think they are listening all the talks on this occasion. Thank you. Thank you all, my dear students and the colleagues. Thank you. Yeah, I think you can proceed national anthem. Yeah.
Okay.
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Hello, sir is there?
A small
Dharmada
announcement.
sir is there? Yeah.
I thank all the viewers who were on to the time and viewing this show live. The participants will receive the certificates and the quiz competition. The certificates will be sent to all the registered mail IDs. Thank you.
Sir,